Madam Chair, Excellencies on the dais, Excellencies seated before the dais, delegates, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin by saying that I'm glad to be here today to be making a presentation on behalf of my country, India, on today's theme, which is centrality of women's literacy to inclusive and participative development. I think I'm not very sure, but I just thought I must take this opportunity to correct certain erroneous details reflected in the EFA Global Monitoring Report 2011. I would like to inform the August Assembly here that during the last decade, India has arrested the net increase in illiteracy. Thanks to the very determined efforts of my government and its interventions, the total number of illiterate people has definitely started declining. The illiterate population has reduced by 31 million, and India strongly rejects the statistics reported in the GMR 2011 that while literacy rate has increased in India, the number of illiterates rose. The statistics of the global report are projected on past trends, if I may be allowed to say. And the truth is that the literate population in India has increased by 217 million as against an increase of 186 million in the corresponding population age group of 7 and over. And this is what I had said in the morning as well. This shows that our literacy effort has exceeded the growth of our population. And between 2001 and 10, the literate population grew by 38.8%, while the increase in corresponding population was only by 17.7%. And this, I must say, is no meager an achievement for a country like India, which has both the geographical and the demographical challenges. And besides these challenges, the diversity that we have prevalent in our country, I think the achievement must be appreciated. India, as you all know, is only 2.4% of the world's surface area, but its population constitutes 17.5% of the world population. Out of its total population of 121 crore, female, or rather women population is 586.5 million, which forms 48.5%. Women not only constitute valuable female resource of the country, but their empowerment also gives impetus to the pace for sustainable growth of the economy. The principle of gender equity is enshrined in the Indian Constitution in its preamble, fundamental rights, fundamental duties, and directive principles. Literacy rate of women in India has been lagging much behind that of the male literacy rate. Referring to the gender disparity in literacy rates in 2001, our Honorable President of India, in her address to the Parliament on the 4th of June 2009, had said, while male literacy went up over 75% in the last census and is expected to be higher now, female literacy is only 54% in 2001. My government will recast the National Literacy Mission as a national mission for female literacy to make every woman literate in the next 5 years. Increased female literacy is expected to become a force multiplier for all our social development programs, unquote. Our government in 2009 announced that literacy would be its key program instrument for emancipation and empowerment of women. The efforts of the government to give impetus to school education, health, nutrition, skill development, and women empowerment in general have been impeded by the continuance of female illiteracy. Literacy, especially female literacy, is a prerequisite to social and economic development, and therefore it was considered necessary to recast the mission with an enhanced focus on female literacy. Such a repositioning of the mission would have a very positive impact on re-energizing the literacy movement, which was very strong on women's participation as learners and volunteers. Sakshar Bharat program is in response to this national approach to use literacy as an instrument of inclusion, empowerment, especially of women and other excluded groups, and development. The 4 broad objectives of the program seek to A, impart functional literacy and numeracy to non-literate and non-numerate adults, B, enable the neoliterate adults to continue their learning beyond basic literacy and acquire equivalency to formal educational system, C. Impart non and neoliterates relevant skill development programs to improve their earning and living conditions. And lastly, to promote a learning society by providing opportunities to neoliterate adults for continuing education. Women are the prime focus of this program. We want them not only to be predominant participants, but also the driving force behind the societal mission. The gender, social, and cultural barriers that women face have been taken into consideration while designing teaching learning programs. The strategy is to build on women's existing knowledge and levels of their literacy and numeracy in order to ensure that in the long run, the existing levels are substantially upgraded and they are able to use the skills acquired in their own context. As women form over 80% of the targeted learners, women are engaged in large numbers as volunteer teachers in the literacy centers and preraks in adult education centers in different gram panchayats of the district covered under the program. Adequate representation of women in management structures, right from national up to state, district, block, and gram panchayat levels, especially in decision-making roles, is being ensured. Special priority is being given to women belonging to scheduled castes, scheduled tribe, minority, and disadvantaged groups in rural areas. Sakshar Bharat is different from the earlier adult education and literacy program in several respects. It focuses on lifelong learning and replaces the sequential approach of basic literacy, post-literacy, and continuing literacy by simultaneously setting up literacy centers for basic literacy and adult education centers for continuing education. It is an institutional model and provides formal structure to Gram Panchayat and other levels for its implementation. The program is open to all adults of 15 years and beyond. Gram Panchayat is the unit of program implementation instead of district. There is, for the first time, a national curriculum framework for adult education with a strong stress on andragogy in pedagogy and constitutional values in content and training. It uses a flexi approach in its implementation to literacy. While volunteer-based mass campaign approach continues to be the most dominant strategy, other approaches are also being encouraged. It uses ICT-based facilities for fund flow and management, monitoring system, and to improve teaching learning activity. Panchayat Raj institutions at Gram Panchayat, block, and district levels are the main implementing agencies of this program. The program envisages promoting convergence of its activities with other developmental strategies, especially in education, rural development, health, child, and women development, poverty alleviation, agriculture, Panchayat Raj, and social welfare sectors. The learners under this program are enabled to get their literacy skills certified through a national level assessment test. Sakshar Bharat recognized the need for reducing gender, social, and regional disparities in literacy rates of the country. Districts having adult female literacy rate of 50% or lower on the basis of 2001 census data, and some other districts affected by militancy irrespective of their literacy rates were identified for coverage under this program. By December 2009, this program has reached to 167 of these districts in 19 states, covering around 81,000 gram panchayats. During the year 2010-11, the program was sanctioned to another 113 districts, covering over 30,000 more gram panchayats. All the 410 districts out of the 640 districts of the country identified on the basis of the above criteria will be covered under this program during this year. It is a wholly government-funded program. Central and state governments share funding of this program in the ratio of 75:25, except in the case of the northeastern hilly and tribal states, where it is shared in the ratio of 90:10. Management structures at different levels have been set up. Preparatory activities like opening of bank accounts, engagement and training of functionaries, and preparation of teaching learning material have been completed in most cases. Funds have been sanctioned for setting up of about 110,000 adult education centers in 110,000 gram panchayats as part of the continuing education program. 80,000 of these AECs have so far been set up in different parts of the country. Under basic literacy program, over 500,000 volunteer teachers have offered their services, 460,000 literacy classes enrolling about 4 million workers, mostly women, are functioning in 12 states. Other states are making preparations to start literacy classes soon. Assessment and certification of learners. National Institute of Open Schooling has been assigned the responsibility of a nodal agency at the national level. For basic literacy level, learner assessment test is conducted twice in March and August each year. A certificate is issued to every successful learner based on this evaluation of their learning outcomes. NIOS conducts learner assessment tests with the assistance of field-level institutions. A pilot test was conducted on the 20th of August 2010, in which 518,000 learners, including 324,000 female learners, which constitute about 62.4%, appeared, and 64.5% succeeded in getting certified as successful. The first assessment test was conducted on the 6th.
Thank you very much, India. Please summarize. You have exceeded your 10 minutes.
Yeah, the reason why I was going over the numbers, Madam Chair, was to emphasize on the enormity of the challenge that we have to face in our country. So I would just want to summarize by saying we did have a national literacy mission earlier, but the national literacy mission has been recast, which was to ensure, which was also looking at putting in place new structures. And we have succeeded so far in trying to get most of the state governments on board. And it is a cooperative movement that we have between the federal government and the state government. And therefore, I think the most important and interesting aspect of the Sakshat Bharat program that we have is bringing in the participation of the communities, which was not there in the earlier program. And decentralizing. Decentralization is the most important aspect, where monies are directly sent to the communities at the Gram Panchayat level or the village level through a banking system which is very novel to many of the countries, and which we also had to struggle in trying to put in place. And the other very important aspect is the MIS system, where we have a monitoring system put in place, which would actually ensure that the monies were reaching the beneficiaries actually, and we sitting in Delhi, the capital of our country, can actually monitor what's happening in every village. I think these two aspects are very important, which I actually wanted to share with the honorable delegates. And once again, I would like to thank you, Madam Chair, for having given me the opportunity.
Thank you.